guys, it's Tiffany from Tiffany Colors. I'm sorry I've been missing lately. I've just been too busy to film. So I am here to film both September and October's completed pages for 2023. I have, I think, 21 books here I counted. Most of them are color by number. But I've got a lot of new books. The whole top half is all new books to show you. So I would suggest grabbing a snack or something to drink because I feel like this video is going to be quite lengthy. I might flip through quickly some of these new books so you can see. I'm sure you've seen them out there in the last couple of months, but I thought maybe I'd quickly flip through them for you and show you all my completed pages. All right, we'll see you soon. Okay, so the first book in my pile is called Autumn Season Ceramic Tiles Coloring Book by Prachi Deva, and this is the non-color by number version. She has a book just like it that is color by number. I decided to go with non-color by number because I wanted to try my own color palettes in this book. I will say this is my first ceramic tile book from Prachi, and so I was so excited to get going in it. The first page I completed was this boots page, and I completed this September 4th, it says. So this was an early on coloring page. I used my Teo Tree markers, and I had a color palette that I had found on Pinterest that I used, and then what else? Oh, white jelly roll for the highlights, and I decided to embellish it and give her the boots a little few dots, and I like how the flowers came out and the leaves, the greenery I should say. Yeah, that was fun to do. And so I decided to do another one. And this time I used my Crayola pipsqueaks and my Crayola crayons. And I believe I might have done this as a speed color. I can't remember. You'd have to check my channel, but I think I did this as a speed color on my YouTube channel. And I've posted a lot of these completed pages over on my Instagram. So if you don't know I'm there, Tiffany Colors 79, go to check me out on Instagram as well. I completed this on September 3rd. Oh, it looks like I used some Jelly Roll Metallics to give it a little bit of metallic shine. That was also a lot of fun. I love doing the crayon marker method. And I think that's all I've completed so far in that book. All right, next up is my Sachin Sachdeva Stained Glass Countryside Scenes Color by Number. This was a new book in the month of September, I believe. And I think I did a speed color in one of these. So this one I completed on September 26th. And what did I use? Looks like crayon and marker. So my Crayola pipsqueaks and my Crayola crayons, and just straight colored it. And then the second one I did was this one. And this one I did as a speed color on YouTube. So you can see me coloring this on camera. And so this was done, I believe, with my Teo Tree markers, and then I outlined it with my Crayola pipsqueaks, and I used a little white jelly roll. Can't wait to do more out of this one. This was a fun book. I believe there's already a flip through of this book on my page, and I try to do flip throughs of the Sachin Sachdeva books I get over on Instagram as well. All right, Adorable Dogs is next. Color by Number by Sachin Sachdeva. I think I've only completed one. And it's this cool little disco dog. Disco? Yeah, there's a disco ball. I'd call him a disco dog, right? I really like the colors in all of Sachin's coloring books. His color by number, his color placement is just really nice. So I used Crayola, oh my gosh, Crayola Super Tips. Why couldn't I think of that? So as you can see, you see a little bit of the lines, but that doesn't bother me, and it's on a good paper. Like this, even though it's Amazon paper, it's still kind of nice paper, and the marker just kind of glides along. And so I like using those Crayola pipsqueaks in these color by number books. And it goes by super fast. I didn't do any shading though. This is just straight coloring. And I completed this one on October 6th. And if you guys want a complete flip through, head on over to my Instagram. I have a video over there of what this coloring book looks like. Oh, I forgot I did that one. So I completed 2. I didn't date it. I think I thought I was going to go back to it and do more. But I forgot about him. So he's done with, I think what it was is I was trying to do the marker outline with the Crayola fill-in, and I did not like the Crayola crayons on this paper. And so then I grabbed my Crayola pipsqueaks, no, my Crayola Super Tips, and finished the rest of the page. So that's right, I completely forgot about this one. So I guess it's good I kind of flipped through these books, because then, that one's funny, because then I'll find out if there's any book pages I've missed. All right, next up is Mosaic Art Halloween, color by number by Sachin Sachdeva. Looks like I've done 2 out of here. Yep, I did this scary pumpkin. Again, I used my Crayola pipsqueaks, and these markers work really good again on this paper because it's kind of glossy and smooth, and they kind of just glide right over the page. And the thing I like about the Crayola Super Tips is it doesn't bleed over the lines. So you can go right up to the line and it's not going to bleed over. Whereas with your alcohol markers, yeah, it could bleed over on these tiny little lines. And I did the owl. It really didn't take me as long as I thought it was going to do these 2. Of course, this one, the moon's a lot of blank spaces, but once you get going, they actually go quite fast. And they are quite fun to do. I'll have to pull out some of my other 3mm by 3mm mystery books and start coloring in them now that Halloween is all over. Oh, by the way, this is another new one of his that came out this season. Here we go. He had a lot of Halloween books come out, like one every week. It was hard to keep up. So next up is Chibi Halloween and Spooky Characters, color by number by Sachin Sachdeva. I think I did 3 in here. So I did this witch, mixing her soup up. I don't know, a red soup. Maybe it's tomato soup. In her big cauldron. I, again, really like the colors. It looks like I started to shade and then probably lost interest and then just decided to do straight coloring. But you'll see there's another page in here that I did do shading, and it did come out quite nice. Again, yeah, did I say my Crayola Super Tips? And, oh, there is some shading in her hair, too. Shading does look nice, but sometimes you just don't feel like doing it. Sometimes you just want a straight color. Oh, here it is. The one I was telling you about, the scarecrow. Again, Crayola Super Tips, and then I shaded with my Artex colored pencils. The Artex pencils worked really good on this paper. I love how vibrant this looks. I don't know if it's the blue that makes everything pop or it's the fact that I outlined it with some shading, but I really, really like this page, how it came out. And then let's see. Oh yes, this one I was coloring when I was not really feeling that good. You can see all the streaks. I didn't do any shading, and then I messed up on the sky and the clouds. So I tried to fix it with some white jelly roll. I was just like, oh man, I just really tanked this one. I believed I used my Ohuhu brush markers for this. And I feel like the alcohol markers just did not work good on this paper. I'd much rather use my Crayola Super Tips on this paper. But I completed that one on September 16th. And again, I believe there's a complete flip through over, if I didn't do one on my YouTube, then it's over on my Instagram. Here is Cute Horror Color by Number by Such and Such Deva. Now I can't tell if this book or this book is my favorite of his Halloween ones that came out. They're both really cool. Like this one still to me has like some chibi characters, but this one's your traditional chibi style. But this one was super cute. I really did like this one too. Let's see, I completed this page. Again, by now I've realized that the Crayola Super Tips work the best. And I shaded it with my Artex colored pencils. The reason why I use my Artex so much is because I feel like those pencils really do go best on a lot of these Create Space paper, or should I say Create Space? Amazon paper. And there's a good range of colors. You got a lot of nice tones in that set. So I find myself reaching for the Artex colored pencils quite a bit. I tend to save my Prismas for more intricate, detailed coloring. So here's another one I completed on October 9th. This one was just straight coloring, no shading. Again, I think I changed up the background. I feel like the background was probably supposed to be like a dark blue, and then the clouds were supposed to be turquoise, but I wanted it to be more of a night scene, so I went with a dark, 2 shades of dark gray, and it's okay. I really like the color of the ground though. I thought that was pretty cool that he chose lavender for the ground. But maybe I should have done it more like what was suggested in the numbers, but that's all right. It still came out. What else? Oh, I used a white Jelly Roll gel pen, and yeah, this one was super fast, easy to complete. I completed that on October 9th. I can't remember if I did a flip through of this on my channel. I feel like I did, but we're going to do a quick one right now. Again, if there's any other books that I'm showing you today that you would really want me to show you a flip through, please just give me a shout out and I will try my hardest to get a flip through video out. And if not on YouTube, then over on Instagram for sure. Again, super cute book, not too spooky, just the right of spook for your Halloween season. All right, then we've got his 100 Magnificent Mandalas Color by Number by Such and Such Deva. I love these compilation books. I love when you get a variety. I have a few others of other brands. When you get a variety of pages, because sometimes like you get bored of doing the same type throughout the whole book. So this kind of breaks it up. I think you get, how many does he say? So you get like 12 or 14 pages in each section. So I don't think it's the full book, but you get just enough to get the gist of it and really enjoy it. Now, I'll tell you, the only book I do own is 50 Animal Mandalas Color by Number. I have this book, but it's not color by number. Actually, you'll see it in my stash because I worked in it in October or September. I don't remember. So I was happy to have the color by number version, and so I've got some duplicates of that, but all these other ones I did not have. And I have contemplated several times on buying, like especially these two. I have another one of his, a Christmas mandala book that I'm almost complete. It's a small square one that I love, so I know I'm going to love doing that. I didn't have any of his winter mandalas. I didn't have any of his autumn mandalas. I was like so excited when I saw that this was coming out. So of course I had to have it. Let's see. Did I only do one in here? Yeah, I think I only did one. I'll show you at the end of the video my iPad, because I did quite a bit of coloring on my iPad. And I believe I scanned a few pages in this book and colored them on my iPad. So I'll show you those. But this was done with my Crayola Super Tips. Now this paper, it's not the same paper. It's got a little more tooth to it than the previous two books I showed you. But you can't really see the lines from my water-based markers, which I thought was pretty darn cool. Like it bled a little bit to each other, so it kind of, you don't see the lines, which I think is awesome. Totally am digging that. So I think I'll be using my Crayola Super Tips again. The other thing I really like about the Super Tips is they're inexpensive. If you run out of a box of 100, they're like $14 at Target. So you can just run to Target and get another box. Like, I don't feel bad using them. I hate to say that, but some of my more expensive supplies on color by number books, I really would prefer to just use my Super Tips. But anyway, this one was completed on October 28th. Again, I did a complete flip through of this book over on my Instagram. I hate the fact that it's curling. See, it's kind of curling. I might have to stick it under some heavy books to see if I can flatten it. But let me know if you want a complete flip through on YouTube, and I will happy to try and make that happen. All right, you guys, this one was an impulse buy at Walmart. Coloring book, Harnessing the Healing Power of Crystals. I have gotten into spiritual like meditation and crystals, and I'm learning all about tarot decks and astrology. Oh, I've gotten so interested, and I bought a couple of books by this author, Katie O'Hara. No, I'm sorry. She illustrated these books. Let me go grab them real quick. Hold on. I want to show them. Okay, I'm back. So the two books that I have that are illustrated by Katie O'Hara are these two books. The illustrated Crystallary. I can never explain that. The author is Mia Toll. And then there's the illustrated Herbiary. So in this book, you actually get cards with them too. It explains to you the different, not meanings, but yeah, I guess the meanings of different things. Anyway, what I love about this book is the images. Like that's what drew me to buy these books. They're also hardback, but I reference them all the time. But I love the artwork in these books. And it was Katie O'Hara that illustrated this. And so when I saw this book at Walmart and I saw her name, I could not wait to open it. I'm like, okay, yep, I'm getting this because I just absolutely love her style of art. Look at that. I love the colors. I love the vibrancy. I love the drawings themselves. So what I've been doing, or what I did for one of the pages, is I kind of found the same. Okay, so now I'll flip through this a little bit so you can see what I'm talking about. So each crystal has a page to color. So like this is howlite, pearly white streaked with dark silvery veins. Howlite is a soothing stone in both appearance and nature. Bringing patience and perspective, it is believed to encourage emotional expression, eliminate anger, and steady a busy mind. Like the rolling waves and sea breeze on a sunny day, howlite invites its possessor to find a sense of calm during times of stress. Here, howlite stones adorn the surface of a beautiful conch shell and are tumbling freely from it. The conch shell is believed to be a symbol of protection and purification, with a strong connection to the dream world. With an attunement to the divine and a close connection to the crown chakra, many people believe howlite aids connections to a higher truth and wisdom. But I love the thick dark lines. You can easily see that there's a couple of crabs here. And these right here are the stones. And she even gives you an example on the back of the book. There's howlite right there, so you can reference that. But then what I like doing is going into my crystallary book and seeing if howlite's in here, and then looking up. It's a different image. It's not the same image, but I'll take like the colors, the color palette from the page, and utilize it there. So what I did was this page. This is an opal, I looked up what an opal looked like, and it does have like teal, green, and blue, and some brightly colored speckles. And I colored this with my Crayola Super Tips, and I believe my Artex colored pencils. I had so much fun. And this paper is a dream to work with. An absolute dream to work with. So there's my opal if you couldn't see it before. I don't know if I was in frame. So if you guys want a complete flip through of this book, please let me know. I just love so many of the drawings that are in here. And the artwork. It's just absolutely beautiful. And then it's got the stones for you to color in. I can definitely see myself coloring out of this one quite a lot. Okay. Now I move on. All right, what else did I work out of? Autumn Charm by Teresa Goodrich. And, oh yes, I did this one. Actually, this is the first day of, I tried to get this done for Halloween, and I went over by one day. So I put it in with my stash. Even though I finished this on November 1st, I was like, oh, what the heck. I'm going to add this to the stash. So I did use a color palette that I found on Pinterest, and I entered this into, oh, let me see. I think I've got it right here written down. Coloring with Candace. She's got a color along going on called Colorful Friendsgiving 2023. Oh, it's a group buddy color. So if you go on Instagram, you'll see my post about this, and you can follow it too. But she has like 3 or 4 different books with a page picked out of each book. So if you don't have this book, maybe you'll have another book, and you can, and we'll see how many entries we get for the buddy color. But yeah, I've been wanting to do this page. So when I saw that she had picked it, I'm like, yep, I'm going to do it. And yeah, I really like my sky in the background. I like the gradient on the words. I just really like the color palette. I wasn't sure if the background would go well with this orangey color palette, but it does. I think it looks really good. So yeah, and there's that one. Next up, I worked out of Buno and Mousie's Kawaii Ventures, Color by Number by Alice Mills. And some of these, I can't even, oh yeah, see, this was like September 7th. It's like almost exactly 2 months ago that I colored this. So what did I use? Oh, I used my Teo Tree art markers and my Artex colored pencils for shading and a white jelly roll. It's pretty much the usual. It's either my Crayola Super Tips, my Artex colored pencils, and my Teo Tree markers. So I don't do, I'll make sure it's not yellowing. Nope, looks like it's doing pretty good considering it's been sitting there for 2 months. And did I do, that one I did back in June. So yeah, that was fun. Alrighty. Let's see, I've been working out of my Backyard Color by Number by Maggie Swanson. I'm almost finished with this. I've got like two or 3 more pages left to go. So I completed these 2 pages in September. The squirrel page and the kids playing on the playground. Yep, our Crayola Super Tips and my Artex colored pencils for these. These books are double-sided, so you have to use water-based markers. I have had some water-based kind of bleed through, and then I fixed it. Actually, this one I had to fix. This one had a huge, I think I'd spilt water on it. I had a huge bleed through. I'll put up what it looked like before somewhere here, probably right here in this area, what this page looked like before I was able to color it. And I had to use I had to put some white gesso on it. So I covered this part of the page with white gesso and then redrew in some of the lines with a black pen. And it is kind of hard to tell. You can kind of see the difference right there. But it still came out pretty nice considering, that's why I hadn't worked in it in so long. See, there's even a little bit there where it kind of bled through because of that, because I got discouraged that it got ruined. But hey, I was able to fix it, so that makes me feel better. And now I'm almost done with a book. So yes, completed those 2 pages in September. All right, this is another favorite book of mine. I don't know if you guys, and I did not get her Spooky Halloween one because I got so many Sachin books. Now I'm kicking myself. I wish I'd got her Spooky Halloween because I've been seeing all of your completed pages in it on Instagram and it looks so cute. So who knows? But anyway, so what did I do? Oh, I completed this page, September 29th. This was done with the Crayola crayons and the Crayola Pipsqueak markers. And then this one was, I wanted to see what it looked like with just my Crayola Super Tips. And I didn't do any shading. I think I meant to go back to shade because I didn't date it, but whatever, it's finished. I don't really care for the colors that I picked, not what she picked, but what I picked. I wish I'd done a little lighter green, different shade there, different shade of yellow. Like I could have done better, I feel like. So yeah, both of these I believe were done in September, but I also completed quite a few of these pages on my iPad. So I'll be showing you those and share them on my Instagram. All right. Oh, guys, we're getting there, but it's still quite a few books. So color by numbers for adults, fantasy girls, sunlight drawing. And I completed this page, which was straight marker coloring. I completed it on October 5th. Teo Tree art markers, I believe. Yes, I think it was my Teo Tree alcohol markers. And again, just straight coloring. Had a lot of fun doing that one. I think I'm kind of working in this book front to back. So I might put this book up for a little bit and reach for it again after the holidays. Oh, no, see, I did that one in June. So obviously I'm not doing front to back. But I'm really getting itchy to do some Christmas coloring. That's what I want to do in November. All right, so Characters Through Worlds and Times, Grayscale Coloring Book by Christine Karen. And I chose this one. I wanted to do another kind of like a Halloween page that wasn't color by number. And to me, this looked very spooky with the bats and her crazy hair and her pointy ears. She kind of looks like Medusa, I guess. And I really like the colors that I chose. This was completely done with my Prismacolor pencils. And I completed this one on October 25th. So, yep, I like that one, how that one came out. My Prismacolor pencils work really good on this paper. So that's what I always like to use. Okay, next up. I worked out of Love 4 Collection, 100 pages, color by number by Prachi Dewan Sachdeva. And I completed this page, a quick little coloring on October 22nd. I used my Teo Tree markers and a white Jelly Roll gel pen. I really do like this book for some quick mindless coloring. I think I wasn't feeling good the weekend I colored this. I just felt like putting color to a page. And then I was like, I'll take my white Jelly Roll and I'll add some embellishments. But if I was feeling better, I probably would have colored in even the inside areas. But there was no number there, so I just left it blank. All right. This is 50 Halloween Mandalas, adult coloring book by Sachin Sachdeva. I've had this now for a couple of years, so I pulled this back out for the season. And I completed this page. Did I use alcohol markers? I think I did. I think I used, oh no. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. There is some alcohol marker coloring, but I also just did some coloring with colored pencil. So I found a color palette on Pinterest, and I used my Teo Tree markers and my Artex colored pencils. And it actually took me longer than I thought. I think I did too much shading. I shouldn't have done too much shading. I should have just probably straight colored it. But hey, it's another page done out of this book, and I'm pretty happy with it. All right. Color Quest Amazing Animals. And which one did I finish? Oh yeah, I did the bee page. And what did I use? Oh my. Oh, my Crayola Super Tips. I had just got a brand new box and I wanted to utilize the very fine tip, because you know when you get a new box of markers, the tip doesn't take long to fan out and smudge out. And so I wanted to take advantage of the really sharp brand new tips of those markers. And so yeah, I did this B page on honeycomb and I completed this October 8th. All right, I pulled out this book to work in because I hadn't worked in it in a really long time and I'm trying to finish it. So I completed this page on September 10th. My Crayola Super Tips, straight coloring, no shading. This book is just straight coloring. Again, it's double-sided, but it's still fun. It looks good. A little streaky, but not too bad. And so, yeah, got another page completed out of that book. All right, and then I think the rest are 2 more color by numbers and then 1 mandala book, and then we'll be done. All right, so I completed this one. I don't know, I didn't put a date on it, but I'm assuming it's September or October. Again, another compilation book that I love so that you can have, because I think I only have one version of his stained glass books. Or maybe this is it. Maybe this is the only, oh no, I got that new one, but this was the only other books that I had before I got the Countryside stained glass. So anyway, I did this with my Teo tree markers, and it looks like I started to go outlining, doing some shading, and then I kind of stopped. I think I gave up, but it's another page completed. And working through this one, not done yet. I guess I'll be pulling this back out next Halloween. All right, so this is Stained Glass Color by Number, Little Witches by Sun Life Drawing. Have had this for quite a few years. And I did this page with my Crayola Super Tips. And I completed that on September 28th. And the last book I have to show you before I pull out my iPad is 50 Nighttime Mandalas by Kamila Angelkova, and I did this one on September 29th. And I really like this color palette. I used my Teo tree markers because they got a nice fine nib for these little details. And again, I found a color palette on Pinterest. And I really like the softness, pastel colors that I chose. And it is fun to figure out where you're going to place the colors, because I don't like 2 of the same color touching each other. I'm kind of anal about that, so I've tried to figure out where I'm going to place all the colors, and to me that's kind of fun. So yep, another one completed out of this book. All right guys, now I'm going to pull out my iPad and we'll see what I've been coloring in here. Let's see. Sometimes I get tired of coloring. Oops, I was in my cross stitch world. Sometimes I get tired of coloring in my on actual like paper, and I just want to grab my iPad and color. Let's see. So here's a stack. There's my color palette that I like to use. I did this one. Let's see if we can get it to go this side. No. There we go. Hopefully there isn't a glare on the screen. But I completed this one. This one was out of the Fairy Houses by Alexander Francis. That was a lot of fun to color. And there's another one I did out of Alexander Francis's, trying to make it so there isn't a glare, but yet you guys can still kind of see it. Yeah, I had fun picking the colors for this because on the app Procreate, you can pick all your own colors and your own brushes. And I have a whole video on how to color on your iPad, so feel free to go check that out. I also completed this one. This one was October 13th. Again, I love these indoor scenes on her Fairy Houses books. I hope she brings out another book that's just fairy houses with the indoor scenes. That would be so cute. Or maybe not fairy houses, just houses. Indoor scenes on the houses. So those 3 are the Alexander Francis ones I did. And then I've got a stack of Such and Such Deva ones. I did this one. This one was out of, maybe Cute Horror. Yes, this was his Cute Horror color by number. And this one was his 100 mandalas. Now, I don't know if you can see, but I made it so that I have my own colored pencil brush on the app. And so because I wanted it to look like it had been colored in with colored pencil without actually using my colored pencil. Oh, I'm trying, keep falling out of frame. Sorry about that. So October 27th, I completed that one. Here's another one. This one, I tried to make my own like water-based marker brush. And as you can see, like you can overlap and it makes the color darker without trying to make it look too streaky. So that was kind of fun. To me, that looks like a stained glass, but this was also from the 100 mandalas. I completed that one on October 29th. This one is from his Dreamcatchers color by number. I completed that one October 21st. Oh, shoot. Come on. All right. And then this one was from his Chibi Halloween. It's the werewolf page. And then this one is also from the Cute Horror color by number. And it's a skeleton playing a guitar. All right, and I think there's one more I completed. Yeah, this was out of the Prachi Dewan Sachdeva Mandala book, the compilation book that I showed you earlier. So, yep, I scanned one of her images and put it on. And this one I decided to give myself a background because it was super easy. And I do like the black background I put in. She didn't have a number there. I just used it. I kind of really like it. Although, you can't see. I just realized you can't see the bug's eyes. I'm going to have to go in and erase around those so you can see the bug eyes. But other than that, that was so much fun to do too. So I believe that's all I've got to show you on here. Don't think, yeah, see, these are some I'm working on, but I'm not finished yet. And these ones I'm working on. So anyway, I guess that's all I've got to show you guys. Thank you so much if you've made it this far. I know this has been a very lengthy video. I had 2 months worth of books to show you. I'm so happy I finally got this done because now I can take these books and get them off of my desk and back on the shelf, and I can pull out all my Christmas books to color in. All right, guys, hopefully it won't be so long till I see you again. Have a great holiday season if I don't, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.